Tony Schilling, want to thank him for stopping by, and of course Terry Biggs, giving a little tribute back to one of the greats that roam the sidelines here at the Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium.
And just that quickly, Josh, third quarter of action underway. SHG starting with the basketball. Railers with a 24-18 advantage as the Railers look to get win number 24 here on the season. Turner on the left side. Now to Green. Bounce in the corner to Turner.
Yeah, Railer defense moving quickly, not giving up any good looks so far. That's a charge.
Lois, as Gavin gets in the way, and Lois picks up foul number 3, and you can always see that Gavin's really done a nice job, I think, as the season has progressed, of not trying to do it all the time, just pick his spots, and so that way he's not doing it every single possession,
right,
which might keep the officials from calling it every time. The bad thing about that, Lois goes out, Sestek's back in.
Well, yeah, they bring in a guy that scored 9 points instead of a guy that scored 2, so I don't know if that was a great charge, but we'll take it in the scorebook anyway.
Railers want to get off to a good start here in the second half. Can Podbelsic get it on the way? He can for 3.
Yeah, big shot by the senior. As we talked about, we'd love to have him just have a great coming out party these last 2 games here. What a competitor he's been in the last couple of years. This year really worked on his game this summer and has been a huge part of these 23 wins for the Railers.
7 threes now for the Railers. Only 1 2-point basket in the entire game, and it's thrown away by Green trying to get it to Turner. So SHG starting to feel a little of the pressure of Roy S. Anderson. You know, you talk about Jim Bell's Gymnasium. I think this building's worth a few points as well.
Well, it should be. As Coach from Sacred Heart Griffin is going to take a quick timeout here early in the third quarter. But again, the Railer defense has picked it up a little bit. We've had spells in the third quarter this year where we've not been quite as active as I think Coach or us or Railer fans would like. But right from the tip, the Railers ready to go, and again, I want to thank Terry Biggs and those guys for Tony Schilling for coming down. I'm sure there's probably 30 to 40 guys in this gymnasium that Coach Welsh has somewhat touched, being a part of the Railer program, and part of the Railer family was lost, but boy, he's left a long legacy.
Indeed, and of course, you know, it was funny. Both Terry and Tony talking about Coach Welsh, the first thing they said was, as much as they were taught in sports, they taught him more about life.
Right, and he was that type of guy. Just could talk to anybody. If you ever talked to him, he'd meet a stranger and talk to you for an hour.
So after the timeout called by SHG, Max in the lane with a strong move off the glass and good.
Great move by Max. Got into the lane. I thought he was going to kick it out to Bowlby, who was open for a 3, but a good decision by Max. Puts it up off the glass and gets another big basket as a tip away for the Railers, and another turnover by Sacred Heart Griffin.
Block hands to Max. As the Railers are enjoying their first double-digit lead at 29-18. Josh, right now the Railers on a 15-3 run, and a lot of it's been fueled by real tough defense.
Well, here's where you just like to see it blow open right here.
Can Bowlby add to it for 3? Left it short. Podbelsic tried to save it in bounds. He did, but did to SHG. But again, you know Podbelsic's going to be the one hustling after it. As Sestek fires a 3. That's not going to go down. Tipped around. Lots of contact, and Bowlby comes out with it for the Railers.
Let's go, boys.
Max looks to run across the timeline. Top of the key. Back to Bowlby. Fakes the 3. Spins in the lane. Back out to Pod, and the Railers will reset.
Oh, he wanted it, didn't he? From about 23 feet. Podbelsic wanted it, but thought otherwise.
5.5 to go in the third. Railers up 29-18, looking to avenge their earlier loss in January to the Cyclones. Podbelsic between the circles. Swinging around down the corner now to Bowlby. Back on top to Horsham. Max looking over everything now to Bowlby. Now to Gavin. Railers being very patient on this possession. Gavin down the lane, spins, contact off the glass, no call, but it's good.
Yeah, but you love Gavin going to the basket and taking the contact. You know, the foul didn't come, but he played on and went right into the contact and was able, strong enough. Gavin starting to really become that strength, get that strength inside and take that contact and be strong enough to put it off the rim.
Turner with the move, and he lost it as he went up, and he just lost the handle of it. So Olden in, Horsham out. And that's the second or third time that we've seen Turner make a move down the lane, and as he goes up, the ball just slips right out of his
hands for a guy that's gotten some offers, some big-time offers here for football as a receiver in the last couple of weeks.
Missouri, I think, was one.
Missouri, Illinois. There's been several schools after the services of Mr. Turner out on the football field as a receiver, but as you would not see it tonight, several balls going through his hands. They're just not quite really shaped the same.
Max down the corner is going to drive baseline, goes up strong, won't go as it rolled over the rim, but Max is going to go to the line shooting too. And you wonder if at halftime, Coach Alexander may have made a point to Max to you take it, because you talked about you thought Max was going to kick it out to Bowlby. Yeah. Instead he took it himself. Another timeout's going to be taken by SHG. They're taking it. We will as well. 4:28 to go in the third. Railers up 31-18. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Lincoln. Josh Komnick, Jeff Benjamin. Josh, big weekend for the Railers. They've got SHG here tonight, Moline tomorrow night, and of course tomorrow morning the cheap seats.
Yep. We'll be back on as Coach is going to come in again, of course, as he does every Saturday, and bring a couple of the players in and talk some basketball, of course. Hopefully after, Jake and I always like to call it a winning Saturday, and hopefully we've got another one tomorrow. But a big weekend, and then of course, if we can get by tonight, the big weekend or the big game next Friday against Lanphier.
Max gets the first, misses the second, so that Railer lead hangs in there, but it's tipped away. Now tracked back down by the Cyclones. 32-18, 4:20 to go in the third. Railers are up by 14 there. Sestak misses again. Well, he's lost his touch. That's pretty good. As Lois gets the rebound and goes up over a couple of Railers and lays it up and in.
Yeah, I think Lois just out-battled us. Down underneath, just quite a bit stronger than the Railer players, as you can see by his definition in the arms. He's a well-built young man.
Turner picks up the foul, and now he will join Lois as the second tough player for SHG, who has 3 fouls. See if we can get a back door here, maybe. Yep, they inbound to Bowlby. Get it down to Gavin. Gavin spins in the lane, goes by Turner. Move. Left hand, lays it up and in.
Great. As in the coaching ranks, you call that the up and under. Give him a head fake to spin middle, and you get him up in the air, and you go under the basket, and that's exactly what Gavin did.
And of course, he was going up against Turner, who probably didn't want to pick up his fourth.
No, and I think Coach probably saw that. Let's go at him. He's gonna stay way off.
Lois fires a long three after thinking about it, and then he hits.
Yeah, generally you don't make those, but Lois from deep had second guesses about it, but was able to step up and drain it.
34-23, 3.5 to go in the third. Railers up by 11. Max hands off down in the left corner to Bowlby. Bowlby against Sestak. Bowlby in the lane, kicks back out to Podbelsic. Around the perimeter, Max for 3. Yes!
Yeah, well, these Railers got a lot of confidence right now. When they catch and shoot, well, they're tough. They're getting it to go in.
Max now with 14 as Green pulls up for 3. That's in and out. Gavin goes amongst 2.
There's
Cyclones, and I think Turner, that's the one they're going to call it on, and now he's picked up his 4th.
Yeah, good job by Gavin going strong for the rebounds. And when you go strong, any type of contact, you get pushed over, it generally looks like a foul. And that time it was. Turner gets his 4th foul, going up for a rebound against Gavin.
37-23, 3 minutes to go. And the Railers, Josh, right now in a position where they could really stretch this one out as they go home run. Can Joey track it down? He can. Saves it along the sideline. Now the ball's tipped out of bounds and will stay with the Railers. No, they're going to stay lost by the Railers.
Yeah, I think Joey got in some trouble down the corner as we were blocked by the student section, but kind of a costly turnover. Anytime the Railers have gotten off to this 14, 12-point lead, Sacred Heart Griffin's been able to answer with a big basket.
Sestak. Now to Green. Green working against Olden. There's Vogel. Pushes back from the top of the key. SHG in the third quarter, Josh, really has had no look of any offensive rhythm as a 3 is on the way. It's an air ball shot up by Stauffer.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was supposed to shoot that one, but the Railers will definitely take it.
2:15 to go. Railers up by 14. I don't think he'd been in the game that long, so, when you're in for a few seconds, may as well fire one up. You may not get another one.
He may not get back in. But it looks like Coach Al wants to take a little time off the clock and also get a good basket here as the Railers kind of running their weave set out top.
Max down the lane, lost it into the hands of SHG. Tried to go between 4 Cyclones. I think Max just lost the handle of it. Green to Sestak. And then Max is going to be whistled for the fouls. He tried to take it away from Green. That'll be number 2 on the junior.
Yeah, other than Sestak, really been the main man for Sacred Heart Griffin as far as behind the arc. So the Railers got to know where number 23 is and get out on and fight through the screens.
Vogel down the lane. Nobody gets in his way, and he lays it up and in. That is not going to make the coaching staff happy, as Vogel just got there real easy.
Yeah, it was pretty easy for him there, and oh, wow.
Gavin had his pocket picked by Lois, and then as Lois tried to go back and get it, he's whistled for the foul, and he joins SHG's ranks of those with 4.
Yeah, he tipped it away, and Gavin and both of them were going for the basketball, and Lois knocked Gavin off balance a little bit, and picked up a big foul, especially for Sacred Heart, that guy that plays hard defense and has shown tonight where he can hit a couple threes.
37-25, a minute 20 to go in the third. Railers up by 12. Max on the left side working against Green, still working, still keeps the dribble alive. Kicks it into Gavin. Gavin's got to get out of the lane, does so with the dribble to the top of the key. Down the right side to Pod Belsic. Pod goes by Vogel. Kicks it out to an open Horsham, his 3. Shot it long. Rebound as they're fighting for it, and who are they going to get on that one? There's lots of grabbing. I think they're going to get Pod Belsic.
Yeah, a lot of grabbing underneath for the rebounds, but I like to see it. The Railers going for the rebounds, just their second team foul of the half. So if you're going to get it going for the rebounds on the offensive end.
And you know, sometimes the smaller guys can get away with that because as all the big guys are jumping, you can kind of reach in there and grab an arm. And
it didn't happen that time as closely as this game is being called. But five team fouls on Sacred Heart Griffin. So the Railers got to keep going to the basket and hope we can get back in that bonus.
Under a minute to go. Railers with that 12-point advantage, 37-25. Vogel on the bounce over to Sestak. And we've got a foul. Is that going to be on Gavin? As he and Max were over there on the double team. That foul will go against Gavin. That'll be his first, third on the Railers. 42 seconds to go in the third.
Yeah, really no foul trouble for the Railers. The guys got some fouls to give, but be aggressive.
Sestak rises up for 3, just barely hits the front of the rim. Max tries to track it down, and he does. And Green and Cook were pushing and shoving each other the entire way up the court behind the play, and I'm not sure anybody saw that. 20 seconds to go. Block holds near the timeline against Sestak. Right side to Cook.
Yeah, looks like the Railers going to hold for one here. 10 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Pod Belsic, we're down to 6. Max hangs on to it with 4. With 3, Pod Belsic around a screen, going to have to find time. And Gavin just got blasted as Vogel tried to go through a screen, and Gavin went flying. And that official, I believe, has just given Vogel a warning, too, because that official was staring Vogel down after he made the call, and I think he had heard enough of it.
Other than trying to work around the screen, they just blast through it, and that's what happened to Gavin. He paid the price for it, but he's back up and ready to go again with 1.6 seconds left here in the third quarter.
1.6 to go, as Josh said. Let's see what they're going to call here. Lob play. Gavin tried to tip it up. It will go down. Our score at the end of 3, it is Lincoln 37, SHG 25. Back with the fourth in a moment. Back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.